Every year, the world consumes more than 7 million tons of chocolate. Billions of bars are unwrapped, shared, gifted, and enjoyed across every continent. But behind every smooth, glossy chocolate bar lies an extraordinary industrial journey, one that begins thousands of miles away in tropical heat and ends inside massive, highly automated factories. How does a bitter seed from a rainforest tree transform into one of the most loved foods on Earth? Today, we step inside a mega chocolate factory to uncover the full process, from raw cocoa bean to perfectly wrapped bar. If you enjoy discovering how the world's favorite foods are made inside massive factories, make sure to subscribe to Factory, Food, and Process. We take you behind the scenes of global production like never before. The journey begins on cocoa farms, primarily in West Africa and parts of South America. Cocoa trees produce large, colorful pods that grow directly from the trunk. Each pod contains around 30 to 50 cocoa beans, surrounded by a sweet white pulp. Farmers carefully harvest the ripe pods by hand. The pods are split open, and the beans are removed and placed into large containers to ferment. Fermentation lasts several days. During this time, natural chemical reactions begin transforming the bean's internal structure. The bitterness softens. Flavor precursors begin to form. After fermentation, the beans are spread under the sun to dry. This reduces moisture and prevents mold during transport. Once dried, the beans are packed into sacks and shipped to chocolate factories around the world. When the beans arrive at the factory, the industrial transformation truly begins. First, the beans go through a rigorous cleaning process. Powerful vibrating screens remove debris like stones and dust. Magnets extract any stray metal particles. Cleanliness is critical. Even the smallest impurity can affect quality. Next comes roasting, one of the most important steps in flavor development. The beans are loaded into massive, rotating roasting drums. Inside, they are heated to carefully controlled temperatures, usually between 120 and 150 degrees Celsius. As they roast, moisture evaporates. The beans darken. Complex chemical reactions create the rich, chocolate aroma we recognize instantly. What began as a bitter seed now starts to smell unmistakably like chocolate. After roasting, the beans move to cracking and winnowing machines. These machines break the beans apart and separate the outer shells from the inner core, known as cocoa nibs. The nibs are the heart of chocolate. They are fed into heavy-duty industrial grinders. As the nibs are crushed, friction generates heat. Cocoa butter, the natural fat inside the beans, melts. The solid nibs transform into a thick, flowing liquid called cocoa liquor. Despite its name, cocoa liquor contains no alcohol. It is pure ground cocoa in liquid form. At this stage, the chocolate is still intense and bitter. To create the familiar sweetness and smooth texture, additional ingredients are added. The cocoa liquor flows into giant stainless steel mixing tanks. For dark chocolate, sugar is blended in. For milk chocolate, milk powder is added as well. Small amounts of emulsifiers help improve texture and flow. Huge mechanical paddles mix the ingredients continuously, ensuring a consistent blend. The mixture thickens into a heavy chocolate paste, but it is not smooth yet. To achieve that signature silky texture, the mixture passes through refining machines. These machines use large rollers to crush the particles down to extremely fine sizes, typically between 15 and 25 microns. For comparison, a human hair is about 70 microns thick. If chocolate particles are too large, the texture feels gritty on the tongue. Precision refining ensures the final product feels perfectly smooth. Even after refining, the chocolate still lacks its final flavor depth. That transformation happens during a process called conching. The chocolate is transferred into enormous conching machines. These machines slowly mix, knead, and aerate the chocolate for hours, sometimes up to 48 hours. Heat and constant motion allow unwanted acidic compounds to evaporate. The flavor becomes richer, rounder, more balanced. The texture grows silkier with every passing hour. This is where chocolate truly becomes chocolate. If you're fascinated by the science and engineering behind everyday foods, subscribe to Factory, Food, and Process. We explore the incredible processes happening inside factories around the world. Once conching is complete, the chocolate must be tempered. Tempering is a precise heating and cooling process that controls how cocoa butter crystals form. Chocolate is gently heated, then cooled, then slightly reheated again. This careful temperature control ensures stable crystal formation. Proper tempering gives chocolate its glossy shine. It creates that satisfying snap when you break a bar. It also prevents the dull white streaks known as bloom. Now the liquid chocolate is ready for shaping. It flows through a network of stainless steel pipes into automatic molding machines. Measured amounts are deposited into molds moving along a conveyor belt. The molds vibrate gently to remove trapped air bubbles and ensure smooth surfaces. They then pass through long cooling tunnels where temperatures are carefully controlled. As the chocolate cools, it solidifies into its final shape, bars, blocks, or specialty designs. Once hardened, the chocolate pieces are released from their molds and moved toward packaging. Before wrapping, each piece passes through strict quality control checks. Metal detectors scan for contaminants. Precision scales verify correct weight. Cameras inspect surface appearance for imperfections. Only chocolate that meets exact standards continues down the line. High-speed wrapping machines fold and seal each bar in protective packaging. Robotic arms group the bars into cartons. Automated systems stack cartons onto pallets with incredible precision. In large-scale factories, thousands of chocolate bars can be produced every minute. Finished pallets are wrapped, labeled, and prepared for shipment. Trucks depart daily, delivering chocolate to supermarkets, convenience stores, and distributors around the globe. From a tropical cocoa pod to a perfectly wrapped bar on a store shelf, the journey of chocolate is a remarkable blend of agriculture, chemistry, engineering, and precision manufacturing. The next time you unwrap a piece of chocolate, remember the massive industrial process behind its smooth texture and rich flavor. If you enjoyed this inside look at how chocolate is made, subscribe to Factory, Food, and Process for more fascinating factory journeys from around the world. There is always more happening behind the scenes than you imagine.